you know what? You're really stepping into the wrong territory.
Yeah, that was the theme of the season, is Ashley projecting.
Please put your finger out of my face, Robyn.
This is putting my finger in your face.
Robyn, you're a hood rat. All right, we're back with part 2 of our Real Housewives of Potomac Season 2 recap. And so we finished our overview of the first half of the season with the introduction of Monique. And now we're really going to move into the meat of the season. The star of the show remains the star, and that is Ashley Darby. She's got a lot going on, you know, with the cast and stirring shit there, but then she's also doing a lot of projection because clearly her personal life is in shambles.
Yeah, that was the theme of the season, is Ashley projecting the entire season.
Are you good? What's going on with you?
The last time I saw you, I thought that what you did was very insensitive.
I've heard some things about romancing other people.
Lately, Ashley's into everybody's business. Like, you're like a mini Giselle.
Part of being a good friend is spilling the tea even when your friend may not want to hear it. Was Robyn
That's
mad?
not the point. The point
That is the point. I was talking to her, so it should have stayed between me and her, and then you should have just minded your business.
You're spreading lies, little girl. You're being messy, though. You don't see what being messy is? You're not that naive. Being a wife of an athlete, you hear rumors all the time. And for Ashley to bring a rumor to a friendship circle was totally inappropriate. Why don't you act like a woman sometimes?
Just because I never let somebody treat me like garbage for 4 years doesn't mean I'm a little girl. You have this cloud over you. All you want to talk about is your relationship. Talk about something else.
I don't want to. I want to talk about my relationship.
The weather. You cry all the time. How is it not my business? You cry every 5 seconds.
Ashley, I had a moment, Ashley, and you know what? You're really stepping into the wrong territory. And I'm telling you, I'm about 5 seconds from you up.
Her marriage is in shambles, and she wants to point out everyone else's relationship flaws because of her own, I guess. I don't know if it's like because she wants to do damage control of her whole relationship, or she wants to seem like her relationship is not the only thing falling apart. But yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Why do you try to fight?
Because you know that you have leverage over me, and so you exercise it at every opportunity, and I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to let you do that to me right now. This is not the time.
You've blown up into this all day, and not one sorry.
I'm not going to apologize to you.
Don't say sorry.
You have no idea what the thought and the process that's gone into this event. You have no idea. You, child. Okay. I'm so sick of you. I'm sick of. I don't want it anymore. No, I don't actually. I don't want him here.
Well, then I get a choice as to whether I want this event or not.
Sure, do
That's
that.
fair.
Go ahead.
Isn't it?
Do that. Flex your muscle.
Isn't that fair?
Flex your muscle. Do what you need to do. You're not my partner. You're my f***ing parent. I'm over you. I'm thirsty.
Why do you think the restaurant was such a strain on her marriage? I don't really understand why it was so hard.
Because Michael really thought shitty Australian food was going to sell in America, and it wasn't.
You don't want to eat emu?
No, I don't.
You don't want no ostrich? No kangaroo
really.
jack?
Can't say that I do.
Kangaroos are buff as fuck. I bet you kangaroo meat's probably tough, actually.
Yeah.
They're so buff. But an emu is just a big ass bird. That's probably good ass wings. Some emu wings?
No thanks.
Flats fried hard. Okay.
Clearly.
Some lemon pepper emu.
Clearly, though, it didn't catch on. Maybe they weren't doing wings, but they should have been.
I tell you, but Ashley had no business directing that menu with some motherfucking chicken and donuts. Now, you know you was trash for that. And then they were cake donuts, too? No, ma'am.
I guess she had to try something.
The restaurant never had a chance with either of them. They should have found an actual restaurant and been silent investors and saved their fucking marriage.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, like you said, there is no niche, no opening for Australia.
Do you think that was why their marriage fell apart, though? Or do you think there was more and that just added on to it? Because they kind of talked about it at the reunion.
I think that truly was probably their first real falling out. And I think that's one of those things that, like, makes or break a relationship is, like, can you handle that first falling out? Because, like, up until then, I mean, at least in their relationship, it didn't seem like they really had any problems other than their age gap, you know? Which didn't seem like a problem for them. No. So I think they're really weathering their first storm, and I just don't think it's going well for them.
Definitely not. They did a lot of fighting on screen.
Yeah. And so because of that, Ashley is then trying to fix everyone else's relationship. So do you want to start with Robyn or do you want to start with Charisse?
Start with Robyn and get through it.
All right, so basically at Monique's party where Giselle has already been, or before Giselle got kicked out, Ashley brought to the group that Juan was seeing another woman.
Probably true.
Oh, 100%. Juan is still dating to this day. Okay, they back remarried, and I guarantee you Juan got him a side bitch.
That's a spoiler alert, but...
I'm here to tell you now. Robyn and Juan's relationship looks the same. What did you think about Ashley bringing that to the group?
I mean, it was projecting, but also, I don't understand Robyn. Like, I guess in the reunion she tried to say that she stays to live with Juan for the kids' sakes. Mm-hmm. But do you think she's afraid to date somebody else? Or do you think she truly loves Juan? You know, she tries to say that it's her that doesn't want to get back with Juan, and Juan wants
that is completely false. Juan hates her ass. I have never seen somebody look among their partner and the mother of their children with such disdain as Juan Dixon. Yeah. I feel like Juan and Robyn are together to get that check, okay? And they're probably filming together to get that check.
They must be. They do need it, so that does make sense.
What year was this? Were we in a recession when this was filmed?
That was like 20.
Because trust me,
27, I don't know.
Ain't nobody cramped up in a motherfucking 2-bedroom townhouse for the kids. They're there to save money. And then they couldn't even splurge and get a 3-bedroom so that they can sleep separately and have some dignity. No, they're shacking up to save a coin. And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually really appreciate Robyn's financial transparency on this show.
Yeah, me too.
I don't appreciate the delusion about her marriage, though, or lack thereof. He can't stand you. I don't think he can stand her to this day. And I think, like he said to the producers, if it wasn't for them kids, he'd be gone.
Yeah, I agree. This whole relationship between them, I don't like watching it. It doesn't make sense to me.
And I guess it just kind of begs the question, like, why did she even bring him around then? Like, why bring him to Monique's? You know, it was kind of like a couples event. Like, why even bring Juan to
I feel like she was trying to prove something to Ashley. Right? Or was this before she found out that Ashley was saying?
This was the event where Ashley brought it to the group that Juan is seeing other women.
I have no idea.
I don't know, Robyn. It's like she's not even a captivating enough character for you to care what the fate of her relationship is.
I agree, unfortunately.
Juan don't care.
A little more enjoyable this season overall, but their whole relationship isn't enjoyable.
Yeah. There was a lot of Ashley meddling in Charisse's marriage because Charisse had thrown the 16th birthday party for her daughter. That's where Ashley first laid eyes on Eddie and was like, are you going to introduce me? Charisse got pissed, and then they had another follow-up at like a boutique.
Well, at least Eddie finally made an appearance after 2 seasons. This was actually projecting again. As much as I do like Ashley, I did understand why Charisse went so hard against Ashley. Why Robyn showed up at Oz wanting to fight. Ashley was doing too much.
Why are you asking that, Leroy? People here? Is this a friend of yours? You trying to go home? Hello! What a nice surprise. What's going on?
You want to chit chat?
Okay.
You want to sit? You don't want to sit? Okay. Let me make this really quick. I just wanted to tell you, you need to stay the out of my business.
For what? What is this hostility for?
When I left the party last week, you said, I'm telling you about Robyn and Juan because I'm concerned.
Yes, I was.
And then after I left, you still decided to talk trash.
I did not talk trash.
Yes, you did.
No, I did. I'm not going to sit here and let both of you tell me what I was doing.
Yes, you did.
You need to just shut up.
I'm not going to shut up, Robyn. No, I'm going to speak my mind, okay? Anytime I want to.
Why are you doing worried about my life? Giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Please put your fingers out of my face. Please put your fingers out of my face. Please put your fingers out of my face, Robyn.
This is putting my finger in your face.
Yeah, we forgot to touch on the going to Oz thing. But I will say, my take of watching this is I actually think that Ashley is a lot closer at this point in time to Robyn and Charisse than maybe is being led on in the season. Because I feel like if I was truly attached to someone and like they were my friend, I wouldn't want to see them being shat on by their partners either. So I actually do think Ashley was coming from a pure place of not wanting to see these women walked on. I think she was closer to them than maybe it came across in the season.
I mean, maybe. Even if she was closer to them, though, the problem I still have is that she's doing so much projecting.
Her marriage is also in trash. Yeah, it's trash. Yeah.
So I still can't take her side because of that.
Yeah. And I guess let's talk about Robyn, the Green-Eyed Bandits, rolling up to Oz, causing chaos.
Yeah, Robyn pointing her anytime someone, I just talked about this, even though this is going to air many weeks later on Wags to Riches, somebody putting their finger in someone's face and getting slapped away. Ashley probably should have done the same thing and slapped Robyn's hand away. Robyn likes to threaten fighting or violence, and
Robyn is hood.
Yeah.
She, everybody they call the darker skinned girls hood. Think I don't clock it. They like to call Monique hood and uneducated. Yeah. Robyn, you're a hood rat.
She is, actually.
Okay, because the way she was talking on that couch, if the cameras weren't filming, I would beat her ass. And then she's saying all this with an earshot. That bitch, get your ass up and let's get to swinging.
Although it's also a lot of talking, not a lot of action.
Exactly. That's why I said get your ass up then. Because it's like, if you were really about that life, you wouldn't have just had your fingers in her face.
Yeah. She wants to be bad, but she ain't.
I don't like that shit. Let's put Robyn up against Portia, see if she keep that same energy.
She would not. Portia would beat that ass.
Like Nitty said, don't make me call Portia. You better put that clip in, too.
Goodbye. Don't make me call Portia.
Oh, Jesus. You know what? Don't make me call Marlo.
All right, so I guess the next big thing of this season was the Bermuda trip. And this probably introduced the dumbest story, two of the dumbest storylines of this season. First being Battle of the Hosts, Charisse versus Karen, and also Karen's house. Somehow, both of these inconsequential things got made into storylines.
They must have they were looking for stories this season, because if these were the best they could do, they were struggling to find them.
So let's start with Battle of the Hosts, Charisse versus Karen. Well, I guess, is it Karen's trip, and is Charisse a co-host, or was she just an assistant?
Charisse was a co-host.
Okay.
She did get a day, even though Karen also tried to ruin that.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think she did, though?
What, Karen?
Yeah, why do you think it was so important for Karen to assert her dominance over this trip?
Because she was moving to whatever falls and was not the Grand Dame of Potomac anymore.
But you know what? They had a bonding moment. That was wonderful. I don't apologize for taking them on this cruise at all. When I got on that boat, that left them stranded.
Are you going to stop talking? What you should have said, you know what, Charisse? I have an opportunity to do something with Giselle and Monique.
Well, if this Charisse were at the table last night talking to me, I would have done
Did I really talk last night? You were barking like crazy last night.
Oh, Charisse, I don't bark, honey. I'm not hosting with Charisse. You shut her down, Giselle. You so full of shit.
And why do you think Charisse cared so much to be labeled a co-host?
Because Charisse is emotionally unstable.
Fair. That about sums it up. I think we can just go ahead and close up shop here.
Basically. I mean, Karen, I guess really maybe she did want to have Monique and Giselle work things out.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently on Charisse's time.
Conveniently, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't understand why it was such a big deal either way. Like, if I'm Karen, I don't really see why she's going out of her way to slight Charisse. If I'm Charisse, I don't really see why she cares to be labeled a co-host versus just today is my day. Like, it just seemed...
Do you think they just needed the story?
I think both of them are just insecure women coming from, or in an insecure place right now. And, like, for some reason, this Bermuda trip is, like, really the win that they need in their book to just carry on in their lives. So, I mean, it was really stupid. I do think at the end they effectively co-hosted the trip.
They did.
And honestly, it didn't look like the funnest trip, to be honest. I mean, We've seen funner trips.
Yeah.
And so I guess another plot was also Karen's house, where during the trip she just packed her Ray packed their shit up and moved into this resize.
I didn't care about the story. Like, I literally have nothing to say.
And at the same time, Monique is also moving into a $4.5 million home.
Yes. This isn't HGTV. Next.
It isn't, yeah. $1 million listing. We don't really give a fuck. And then, like, there's the whole issue of, like, is Karen in Potomac? No, she's in Great Falls, so then she can't be the Grand Dame. It's just...
Who's the Grand Dame?
And why is Karen moving? Why is she moving? And
do you think it was because she wanted to be closer to her parents? Her mom, at least.
No.
You don't?
No, because they said Great Falls is 10 minutes away from Potomac.
Oh.
So Karen was like, yeah, but we want to be in Virginia. And it's like, well, bitch, but they're going to be in Virginia 20 minutes away. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. There's something fishy going on with the whole rush to move, selling to a random Chinese, entity for cash. Maybe
it was a good offer.
Yeah, I mean, I would sell a lot of things for cash to China. But, like, the fact that it happened so quickly and they had to just literally get out overnight. And also, I didn't do my research on this, but I think at this time Ray may have been in trouble with the IRS, so maybe he needed to, liquidate his assets or some shit.
Interesting.
There's something fishy going on, but it also wasn't enough to really warrant a whole season storyline, so. No.
Nothing else to say about that story.
So that was honestly the season. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I think we can just skate right on to the reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Which is first. This was the best part. Is Robyn a broke bitch? And is that why Giselle hangs around her?
Yes.
Robyn, I guess I'm just a little poor old me. And yes.
Monique was right about that statement. I will give Monique that one.
I really hate how Robyn tried to twist it and make it seem like Monique was calling her, lesser than. And it's like, no, bitch. We all know Giselle fucks with you because she gets to lord over you the fact that your marriage is in shambles and you're poor.
It's literally the one time that Giselle doesn't have to be a jealous hoe.
It's true, yeah. And they both are light-skinned and got green eyes, so what they really got going for each other.
One thing I do want to say, though, I don't know, Karen, what's her name? Robyn is, she got this reputation in the reunion about how she's different when she's around Giselle, or how she almost like, it's fake, I guess, but I don't know if Robyn's fake.
You don't think she's different around Giselle?
Maybe a little bit, but I feel like she tries to be a good friend to both Giselle and Charisse.
Yeah, and I think she's walking that line very nicely. Mm-hmm. Even though Karen tried to put her on blast. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And it didn't really work.
It did not.
But yeah, I think she walks that line very nicely. Any other major thoughts about the reunion? It wasn't my favorite reunion, to be honest. Karen was kind of a lot.
Karen was talking a lot at that reunion.
Yeah, she was a yapper.
Yeah, she was yapping. Who's Blue Eyes?
Her boyfriend, allegedly.
Do you think she really has a boyfriend?
Probably. Just as much as Ray has a girlfriend. Yeah, probably. I think all these people are not in happy marriages and hate their spouses. Mm-hmm. And realize that it is cheaper to stay married.
We did find out that Ashley is moving out. Or moved out.
Yeah, that was such a dumb, Ashley, did you go stay in a hotel for a couple nights? And now you're trying to make it sound like you fucking moved out and left Mike. I'm not getting that they left each other. They gonna be right back together. Trying to grill up some fucking kangaroo meat.
Yeah. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of tea. I feel like everyone was trying to say everyone else has some secret boyfriend or secret lover or their marriage sucks.
But you know what they didn't do?
What?
They didn't imply anyone was gay. And that's all we can fucking ask for at this point.
Okay, I mean, coming off Atlanta season's fair.
So, you know, there wasn't really much to this season that I want to talk about further. So I guess going into season 3 at some point, because I know you want to switch back to Atlanta.
Yes.
What can Potomac do better? What would you like to see new for the Potomac cast?
I mean, I don't know about new, but like, your main storylines can't be Karen moving into a new house. It can't be Robyn and Juan again because they're not interesting. So, I don't know what storylines, but they need to be a little bit more intriguing or entertaining.
You know what I just thought about? I think the whole house thing was maybe a play on Atlanta with, like, you know, Chateau Charest, Moore Manor, Lake Bailey. Like, I almost feel like that was supposed to be a washed down version of that beef.
Well, it failed.
Oh, 100%. Because, I mean, like, at this point in the entire Housewives franchise, I'm sure some element of this is all scripted. So that could have been the producers just trying to, like, bring in an Atlanta component that has worked successfully in the past. But I think what really makes, and I'm going to compare Atlanta since we keep, you know, watching the show, since we keep analyzing it. I think what this cast is missing that the Atlanta women have.
Likability.
That, and yeah, basically, is that, like, they don't really have hobbies.
That's
like,
true. None
of them really work.
I mean, Ashley's the only one.
Yeah, Ashley's the only one that's, like, you know, has her side hobby of the restaurant. But, like, you know, Phaedra has 50-11 jobs.
She does.
Okay? Does Cynthia. Yeah. Cynthia has a new motherfucking venture. This bitch done dabbled in wine, sunglasses, luggage.
True. Candy, too.
Candy's got the sex toys. They're selling sex toys for the baby, sex for the kids.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like we have a bunch of charades. That's the problem.
Selling t-shirts. Who gonna check me, boo? They got they one good line, and we ain't really got much from this cast since. You know, selling Rondom t-shirts, and I think we need better.
We do.
They need hobbies, because it really can't be the highlight being a champagne room.
No.
Like, a champagne house, we might could talk. we might could make that work. But a champagne room,
Oh. Well,
they're boring.
They are. I hope season 3 adds something.
Yeah. I think they need hobbies. And if they don't get hobbies, they need more cast members.
Yeah.
So.
Do they ever have 7 cast members, or is it always just 6?
I have honestly never bothered to count.
I feel like at one point in Atlanta they had 7, but only for like a few episodes because Kim Zolciak left.
And you know who they need to bring back? What's my girl? What's her name with a B?
Katie?
No, with a B. It was Berlin.
I know who you're talking about. Charisse's friend.
Yeah, she was good. Bring her back for the smizes. But yeah, I think they need to overhaul the cast, bring in some more people, and really bring in some good, juicy drama and side stories. I think they're going to try. I know that they're going to try with the whole boyfriend thing, but, like, honestly, at this point, if the husbands are okay with their wives stepping out, why do we as viewers give a fuck?
Yeah, and if Robyn's okay with Juan stepping out, why should I care?
Exactly. So.
Oh, here's hoping for better in season 3.